Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with the Vampire Diaries season 1 episode 3. What can I say? It happened. Stefan and Elena finally kissed. To be quite honest with y'all, I think it was the right moment, even though Stefan is still a little creepy in my eyes. But I think he kind of redeemed himself in the last part where I finally got the chance to analyze his feelings. And I think that considering the fact that he knows that Damon is dangerous, he is scared to let Elena alone with him because he knows that his brother is unpredictable. I mean, he's proven it so many times. And he is scared that if he lets his guard down with Elena, that he will not be capable to look out for her anymore. So that's why he's acting all that creepy like I was actually I was creeped out when Elena was talking to Damon and then suddenly Stefan was behind them and he was staring daggers at him and he wasn't capable to avert his eyes back to Elena. All his focus was on Damon and I was actually creeped out. I wouldn't know if I would go back there. But in the scene where they both kissed, you could actually see that he's a nice guy. Maybe I have the feeling that what I said is true. He has been hiding in the shadows a long time, as in a literal sense. He has been hiding from humanity because he doesn't age, so if he stays a little longer than he normally could, it wouldn't make that much of a difference, as in people wouldn't know him that much and people wouldn't notice if he aged or not. So he has been hiding the entire time, so there was this lack of human communication. And sooner or later, considering that society develops, you lose that simple human touch, if you guys get what I mean. If you're not around humans for a long time, it's you don't know how to act around them anymore. So he creeped me out. I can't say anything else. But it's not as creepy anymore as in the first episode and in the first half of the second episode. I think it's more right now that I think that he's cute and I think he's finally finding his footing. Damon, on the other hand, he decided to make Caroline his little toy. Or she's dead this episode. But I don't think so because I've seen multiple shorts on YouTube, like I said before. So I would actually think that he's either gonna turn her or he's gonna use her as a blood bank, considering that he can't play with Vicky anymore. I would assume that he doesn't want to go after Vicky anymore because this was the breaking point for Damon when it came to Stefan. He was I wanted to remind you of who you truly are. And he was no thank you, as in I'm better than this, I'm better than you. And when Damon was you're either gonna feed on her and you're gonna manipulate her, or you're gonna allow her to yell out loud that vampires are back in town. And he was let her do it. And then Damon himself manipulated her in the good graces of both of them. So I think this was Damon's hand for Vicky, at least as of right now. And he decided to go for Caroline. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. For the full uncut reaction, you can check out my Patreon. The link is in my description box below. And without further ado, with the ominous music, yeah, he's awake. He gone.
Good morning. Don't do that.
Oh my god. Yes. That's the survival instinct kicking in.
Get away from me!
This could have gone a completely different way.
Sir, you attacked her. Now he's gonna sniff it, it's gonna be the blood rush, and yeah. Sir, unnecessary.
Is this the whole witch mojo thing again? You know what? I'm just
Can
concerned.
she feel that he's a vampire?
Concern about my... It's been a hard year.
Bonnie.
I'm starting to kind of feel like things are getting back to normal again. And you know what? Stefan is a big part of that.
I I don't think that Elena is realizing what she's doing right now. I did say that she's still grieving and that she didn't really actually took the time to deal with the loss of her parents, and that she's still trapped in the 5 stages of grief literally at the beginning because she's refusing to open up to the pain. And for those that have watched already, some of my reactions already know that I'm gonna use the emotional attachment thing and anchor. For those who don't, like, you don't have to, but you can watch my OnlyFriends reaction. I was talking multiple times about that. Here with Elena, because of the fact that she's still grieving, I don't think that she realized that she created an emotional attachment to Stefan, and she is using him as her anchor. When you create an emotional attachment to someone, you cannot be in love with them. That's the sad reality there is. She's in such an emotionally weak state. She literally was at the bottom and she didn't know how to get herself out of it, always writing negative about herself in her diary. And as soon as she met Stefan, it was like she automatically binded himself to Stefan, as in she saw him as her anchor, as one of the reasons that could pull her out of her most vulnerable state, as in she saw Stefan in a certain sense as her saving grace, as someone that can give her the hope that she's lacking right now in order to fight the pain. But that's a horrible thing to do. In her particular circumstances, we didn't really see it, but when you are at the bottom and you feel like you want to end your life, the first person that gives you the feeling that you are capable to move past it someday, or they just give you the hope that you are lacking right now, you automatically bind yourself to that person because they were capable to give you the feeling or the strength that you are lacking of. Because no one wants to die. The problem here is not that she actually emotionally binded herself to him. It's the fact that she doesn't realize how dangerous it is. If you emotionally bind yourself to someone, then that means that you personally do not believe that you can make it out of that horrible situation. So that means that you personally can't find the strength to fight the pain inside of you. So you try without actually realizing it, as in you're doing it subconsciously. Find someone that can give you the strength and the hope that you need in order to continue to fight, or in order to actually confront your psychological pain, your psychological problems. And that's what Elena sees in Stefan. Now, the problem here is she isn't capable to fight the pain by herself. Stefan is giving her that strength and that hope that she needs right now in order to continue. But what if Stefan should leave for any kind of reason whatsoever? She will find herself back in that black pit where Stefan pulled her out. Because right now, the only reason that she has the strength and the hope to continue to fight that emotional and psychological pain is Stefan. But if Stefan should leave for any kind of reason whatsoever, all the hope and the strength that his presence in her life gave her will immediately disappear. And she will automatically find herself back on the point where she started before Stefan came into her life. She herself is still the girl at the graveyard, saying that she's trying to be strong in front of other people, but it's all just a lie. I can't say it enough. Please do not bind yourself to a person. Do not bind yourself to a person. You can grow emotionally attached to someone, of course, like your best friend, family member, your lover. Like, that's a normal thing. But not when you're in your most vulnerable state. No. Because you make all your happiness attached to them. As in, your happiness will not depend on you anymore, but on that person and on their actions. You made your entire happiness dependent on them. And you won't be capable to find the strength yourself anymore because you already grew that emotional attachment to someone else. So every single happiness will only depend on them. And considering the fact that you made your happiness dependent on them, you will not be willing to let go of them and try to find the strength to see hope with your own strength. So you will not let go of them, trying to sever that very powerful connection to your emotional attachment, because it's like the easier way. They give you the strength and hope that you are lacking of right now, and you say, fine by me, I wasn't strong enough or capable to find the strength within myself to continue to fight. So you're gonna continue making your happiness depend on that person until it's too late, because that person gave you all that hope. But you yourself didn't see it. You didn't think that your life is worth fighting for. That person evoked all that hope and that strength inside of you. And when that person is gone, you will find yourself with your own beliefs, with your own strength. And that will be back in the same black pit where that emotional attachment pulled you out. So these are the signs that she sees Stefan as her emotional attachment and not... Can he even eat normal food?
She made her choice.
That.
Let her know she made the wrong one.
What? Oh, I can't with men like these. I respect Matt. He says, surprise, motherfucker. Oh, we love respectful opponents. To be quite honest, I respect Matt. In the first and second episode, he kind of seemed like that kind of guy that is willing to do whatever it takes to get the girl. But I am so happy that I was wrong about that analysis. As in, I kind of suspected, or I was hoping that it was something different. But it actually seems like that relationship in the beginning was mutual, the love that Elena and Matt had for each other. They see each other as family. So Matt wasn't just around Elena because he was hoping that sooner or later they could become more than friends. He actually loved her like family too. As in like close friends, and then they tried to be more than friends because maybe both of them felt a spark back in the day. And they tried to be like that, but Elena didn't feel it. And Matt still hung up a little on Elena. I want to give us a second chance, but I have the feeling that in due time, Matt will realize that he prefers Elena as a friend, as family, as someone he cannot live without, because I don't want to always pinpoint that there isn't real romantic love here, but in my eyes, if you're childhood friends, it doesn't really have to be like that all the time, but that's like my opinion. Like, you can tell me in the comments what you think about that. I don't necessarily think that if you are friends with someone for a very long time, as in since you were toddlers, you have been friends, and then you grow up together, you grow even closer together with time. I don't think that there can be a romantic love. You just sometimes confuse it with romantic love because you have so much love for that person. And you sometimes confuse the family love, which is powerful love between two people, with romantic love. But I think in time, Matt will realize that he actually prefers Elena as his friend, as his family. And what I do love the most about Matt right here, in a certain sense, he was sulking, like, let's be real, like, it will take time for him to realize that he prefers Elena as his friend. He was like, she made her decision, and it wasn't like, oh, let me make sure that she knows what's good for her. He was like, she made her decision, and I'm not gonna be capable to change anything about that, as in I respect her decision. So there was actually a mutual love here. Both of them saw each other as close friends. So it's not ruined. Like, they can actually get back to the way they were before they started dating. That's a positive thing. I don't even know what to say about Tyler. Tyler just seems like a douche at the moment. Like, just because someone doesn't romantically love your friend means that you can immediately go after the guy that his ex-girlfriend is into at the moment. That's a no. You need to respect someone's decisions. If they made a mistake and they will regret it later, that's on them. but you need to respect someone and their feelings. If you truly respect a person, you need to respect their decisions. If they say, right now, I'm into that guy, you need to respect that. If you can't, then that's on you. I can't do anything about that fact. And that's what Matt is doing. And when he saw that Tyler had the football in his hand, and he was like, let me throw it here so that Elena knows that you made a mistake, as in I don't even know what he thought he was gonna achieve by throwing the ball. Like, if he wouldn't have been a vampire and that thing would have hit his head, like, what exactly would he have proven here? He would have just proven that he's a douche, because not everyone is capable to sense the football behind him. The only thing, if he wouldn't have been a vampire, he would have just fallen to the ground. Like, what exactly would he have proven? Nothing. How can you prove that someone is not good enough for them? Like, if they themselves screw up so badly that the person that they're dating right now says, no, you're not it for me. That's the only way someone realizes that they're not good enough for them. But first off, you don't know that. They just started dating. And second of all, leave it to Elena to decide if he's good enough for her or not. Like, that's her decision. Like I said, I don't think that she's in love with Stefan. And I feel bad for saying it like this because I actually think that they are cute together. But I actually feel that she just likes him in the terms of her seeing him as her emotional attachment. You can't fall in love with your emotional attachment. That's sadly the reality. And I think that she just thinks that she loves him because she was feeling all that powerful pain inside of herself. And ever since Stefan came into her life, because she binded herself to Stefan, and she started to see him as her anchor, as her emotional attachment, the huge, powerful pain in her chest started to become lighter every single day, more and more, the more she started to be around Stefan, because he's her emotional attachment, and he gave her the hope that she didn't have, and the strength that she couldn't find within herself. So, all that pain that she had slowly started to become lighter and lighter the more she was around him, so she interprets the fact that him being her emotional attachment was capable to get her out of that horrible state.
I'm good with dates.
Oh, shame him
Are you?
again. Shame him again.
John F. Kennedy assassination.
1963.
Martin Luther King.
68.
Lincoln.
1865.
Roe versus Wade.
1973.
Brown versus
He was
Ford.
alive.
1954. It was 53.
Shame him. He was there, bitch. He was there. He be in the know.
Look it up.
Look it
Somebody.
up.
Quickly.
Shame him.
It was
Shame
1953.
53? Let's go. Shame him again. You shame that teacher. He be in the known. He was there. He was alive. Look into the archives, baby. He did say it the last episode.
Mr. Lockwood, is there anything you're good at? Because it isn't history, and it sure as hell isn't defending the ball!
To be quite honest, I hate that teacher, but I love that shade to Tyler, considering the fact how he treats Vicky. Deserved.
Right, let's start with the double pie turkey hurdler. What do you say?
You know, that's not even a sexy smile. That's creepy.
Hate to say it, but he's got skills.
I think he needs a buddy pass.
Just hang one up there and I'll take care of the rest.
Let's do it again!
My God. Y'all, it's the jealousy for me. They are all jealous. They are all jealous of Stefan and his capabilities. Now, first the teacher. The teacher is just, let's call it how it is. The teacher literally is just petty. He doesn't like the fact that Stefan actually told him what's right. But normally, shouldn't a teacher be happy? Shouldn't a teacher be happy that he has a good student? The better students are in a teacher's class, the more the teacher gets praised and the more money he gets, I would assume, or the more classes he's allowed to teach because he has those good teaching skills. So shouldn't he be proud? Shouldn't he be happy that Stefan is that good in history? But no, he likes to shame people that aren't good in some of his subjects just to make him feel better. I have the feeling that the teacher himself feels a little sad. I don't think that this man is happy in his private life. He feels a lot of frustration and anger. Why? We don't know. But I have the feeling that he never really got the chance to deal with the problems of his past and the pain is still following him around. And since he doesn't know how to deal with that pain, he prefers to shame other people in order to make him feel better about himself. Maybe people used to shame him back in the day. Like I said, when you are being bullied when you're young and you're not strong enough to accept the bullying, sadly it will lead to you to become the bully yourself, because there's a lot of anger and frustration building up inside of you. And if you're strong enough, you're actually capable to use that strength, turn it into strength, and that horrible experience will help you be a better person. Or when you're not strong enough, that negativity that you had to endure over the course of your life will make you turn into a bad person, and you become the bully later on, and you unleash all the anger and rage onto the people that remind you of you, as in who you used to be back in the day when you got bullied. And that's exactly what he's doing to all of his students. Like, he loves to shame people that don't know the answers. Maybe that's what one of his teachers used to do to him. And that's like this continuing cycle. Now coming to Tyler over there. Like, to be quite honest, Matt being all negative and petty, considering the fact that he wasn't capable to understand that he doesn't really love Elena, I would say the negative view that he has of Stefan is kind of understandable. I'm not shaming on Matt because of that, to be quite honest. Considering the way that he was presented in the first and second episode, I would have assumed that he would be a little more dramatic. But he actually seems to be insanely mature about the situation. He's like, she made her choice and I'm gonna respect it, even though I don't like him, because of the fact that she now is dating him. Because he still has those feelings for Elena. Like, he still thinks he has those powerful feelings, so when he sees Stefan, he only sees rage. Like, he only sees the fact that Elena now is happy with Stefan, so he doesn't like him. I think the situation that is getting on my nerves the most is that Tyler thinks he feels the need to literally get in between the situation, and he's like, you know what, you do this, and I'm gonna make sure that he's gonna get what's coming to him. Like, first off, what does it have to do with you? Second off, what is wrong with you? Why do you think that hurting someone is the only possible way? Like, is this man being abused at home? What is with all that rage and frustration? He doesn't seem to appreciate or respect women's feelings enough. So maybe he has like a sexist father, or a sexist father at home. Sadly, I have to say it like this. Like, I'm not saying that all men are like this. Like, don't tag me on that. But there are a lot of countries where men still believe that women only belong in the kitchen. Like, women have no right to say anything, and the only person that is good enough or is capable to do something is a man. So maybe he has a sexist father, so he doesn't really know any better. He doesn't really appreciate women or their feelings. So that's why he can't really focus on one woman, and that's why he doesn't really feel the need to go for consent. We saw it in the first episode when Vicky was like, no, I don't want it. Like, I don't want to say they're together because it seems like an on and off thing between Tyler and Vicky, but it seemed like they actually have been going on like this for a long time. So in a certain sense, I'm going to consider them now as a kind of couple. And Tyler didn't appreciate the fact that she said no. He got angry. So that's like, in a certain sense, his sexist nature coming out. Like, a woman is telling me what I have to do or what I can or can't do. That's not how things work. So I would have to say that he has a sexist father, and he has a lot of anger inside of him, a lot of frustration. So he's either being abused at home, or he's being neglected by his parents, as in maybe the parents are away the entire time, and when they're there, they only unleash the stress that they have, as in a negative way, as in telling him that he's useless, etc. Like, you know, all that negativity, and Tyler has to absorb it, and then he's letting it out like this. That's why he's into contact sport that much and into hurting other people. Like, he hopes that he's capable to get the frustration that he feels from the bad environment at home out by hurting.
I saw Elena today. She looks so perky in her little short shorts. Just
Sir,
simmer down.
don't provoke him
and
too
even
much.
Go near. Got my own cheerleader now.
Did you invite someone else? Oh god. Stop. Did he manipulate?
Bonnie said you were doing dinner, so we brought.
He manipulated Caroline to be the double date here. Oh no.
Waiting for Elena to invite me in.
Oh yeah, you.
No. He
If she invites him in, he can come in
Can
anytime.
you, Damon?
Ooh.
Get in
The
here.
hate! The
We're just
hate! Oh my
finishing
god.
up.
It's fine. Just come on in.
Let him in. Now she can escape. Oh my god. Yeah, Elena doesn't get it.
Home. You don't seem like the cheerleader type, Elena.
Oh, it's just because her parents died. Yeah, I mean, she's
Girl.
just totally going through a blah phase. She used to be way more fun.
Girl.
And I say that with complete sensitivity.
Really,
I'm
with
sorry,
sensitivity,
Elena. I know
look
I'm
at her. Okay, first of all, what the hell, Caroline? Like, Caroline is so insensitive. She doesn't really seem to respect someone else's feelings enough. Like, I understand why it's mostly just Elena and Bonnie. Let me say it like this, because if I have a friend like that, I don't need any enemies. Okay? Like, she's actually capable to make you feel so small by saying so little. Like, her parents died 4 months ago, and she's still grieving over that fact. She's still trying to cope, and she's trying her best to get back to the way things were, as in her psychological state. She's trying to get the pain out of her system. Yet, she's being confronted with insensitive people like you. Like, there is nothing sensitive about this. This was actually so disrespectful. Like, my parents died. I was in the car that my parents drove. They died, and I was the only one that survived. Elena must be feeling a lot of guilt inside of her. Like, she's like, why didn't my parents survive? Why did I survive and they died? Like, she must feel guilty, and she must have the feeling that, in a certain sense, she was at fault. Like, maybe because that's what you do when you really love someone. You blame yourself if something bad happens to them, and you were the one, in a certain sense, that was lucky enough to not have to suffer the consequences of that horrible moment. To be quite honest, I could say something about this. We saw in the first episode that Caroline is comparing herself to Elena a lot. So these are her own insecurities. She has the feeling that she's not good enough. So, like I said, when you aren't strong enough, you lash out on other people. In a certain sense, I can actually compare her to Tyler. He's literally unleashing his wrath because of the negativity around him. And he can't let it out somewhere else, so he's trying to let it out on other people in order to feel better about himself. Caroline is comparing herself to Elena because she has the feeling that Elena can do whatever she wants and she will always have everything she's asking for. As in, Caroline wants what Elena has. And she's comparing herself to Elena so much that she's actually envious of Elena. She's jealous of Elena. She doesn't just want to be like her, she actually wants to have Elena's life. So, envy and jealousy can actually get between a healthy friendship, a healthy relationship. Considering the fact that Caroline is so jealous and envious of Elena, she's actually trying to talk down on Elena every chance she gets. And at this point, I don't actually believe that she realizes that she's talking down on Elena that much, but she only realizes that she said something insensitive and realizes that her jealousy and envy got the best of her when she gets shocked and hurt looks. That's when she got that unappreciative look from Bonnie and the hurt look from Elena mixed with a little bit of anger. Caroline realized that she screwed up. Literally, her jealousy and envy get the best of her, and I would say that she needs to have a conversation with Elena to talk about this, and maybe Elena can tell her something that she actually needs to hear in order for Caroline to stop comparing herself to Elena that much and for Caroline to start living her own life. Or Caroline will find herself alone because there's so much negativity from a friend that I can stand. And if I only get negativity from you, you're a toxic friend that I need to sort out. So if you don't change your tune, you're a toxic friend and you need to be rid of. Now, first of all. Second of all, like, I can't stand Damon, but Damon is hilarious. This man is hilarious. He's like, oh, we are alive for a very long time. Our family keeps on growing, just not from us, of course, because we're vampires. We all see our family members. We see them grow up and we all see them die. We've seen so many people die during the course of our lives. Literally, he's just saying it with so much sass. Like, of course, you can see a lot of family members die in just one single human life, but the fact that Stefan knows that Damon is like subtly hinting at the fact that they are immortal and that they're seeing all of their relatives die over the course of centuries is making Stefan feel insanely mad and tense, because he knows that Damon is actually just doing this in a certain sense to subtly hint at the fact that they are immortal. As in a certain sense, he's trying to mess with Stefan by subtly hinting at the fact that they are vampires. And he's doing it in such a subtle way that every single one just assumes that they are confronted with death a lot. And that's his way of trying to make Stefan appear that he's gloomy and mourning over a lot of people. Or, considering the fact that in the last episode he was talking about Catherine, maybe he's trying to make Elena believe even more that Stefan is still mourning over Catherine, because Elena doesn't know that he's immortal, so she doesn't know when Catherine was alive, and she assumes that Stefan is still mourning over his ex, as if it was yesterday. So it gets on Stefan's nerves, and now that Elena invited him in, he will be capable to get in anytime he wants. Like, he can come in at night, he can come in the morning, he can do whatever he wants to her, he can manipulate her and be done with her, whatever he wants. Like, she invited him in, he has a free pass now, and that's making Stefan very scared, because now he literally can't protect her. He can't be glued on his brother's ass every single second.
How did she die?
Fire. Tragic.
Was she
fire.
burned at the stake?
Recently?
It seems like it was yesterday.
Oh, the lies.
I'm sorry.
For what?
About Catherine.
Oh,
You lost her too.
stop. He can come when
I've
he
been
wants.
invited in,
Yeah.
and I will come back tomorrow night and the following night, and I'll do with your little cheerleader whatever I want to do.
That's why Stefan didn't want Elena to invite him in, because Damon can come in whenever the hell he wants now. What is going on? Excuse me. Oh, was she manipulated by Damon too? Yeah, okay. It's obvious now. Damon is the crow, and he's actually capable to make people, or let's just say humans, see visions. Damn, this man is powerful.
I quit. You start.
Right. We're a work in progress.
Aww. They're so cute together.
And you're not in uniform because?
She quit, bitch.
You can have it when I'm done.
That. No much appreciation there.
Hey, he's down! Enough!
Jeremy, hello. Stop it.
Is it deep? How bad is it? Come on.
No, it's not there anymore. That's a problem. It healed.
But I saw it. It
You
was.
missed. It's not my blood. See? I'm fine.
Yeah, that's gonna make her suspicious.
When I touched Stefan, it was a feeling. It vibrated through me and it was cold. It was death. It's what I imagined death to be like.
He is trying to manipulate her.
Right now, you want to kiss
He's
me?
actually... Oh, hell no. No. Damon is the worst. Like, he's actually the worst. This is an unconsensual kiss that would come out of this. He does not care about humans at all. If he wants a human, he's gonna manipulate them into giving him what he wants. He's gonna make them believe that they truly want it. He's gonna manipulate their mind so heavily that they actually believe that it's they who want it. But it's not. It's him manipulating them to his liking in order to get what he wants, and then he's gonna drop them. He doesn't like Caroline at all. He just uses her for his amusement if he wants sex or if he wants her blood. like a living blood bank, technically. He can feed on humans, he doesn't need to go to a blood bank, he can get it fresh from the vein. And he's trying to get into Elena's brain, because sadly, that's something that I noticed. Damon has been hooked on Catherine as well. Like, they all bring Catherine up, so that means that Stefan was with Catherine and Damon liked her as well, and he couldn't have her, or she didn't give him that much time of day. So he got jealous of Stefan, and when they both lost Catherine, it was like Damon losing himself, and he started to massacre every single person out there because of his heartache, and he didn't know how to deal with the heartache. Now that he saw Elena, it's like all the feelings that he had for Catherine, considering that they both look identical. All the feelings that he had for Catherine that he wasn't capable to let go of. I think that Catherine was his first love, and sadly, that's the truth. You don't really get over your first love. And here with Damon, it's actually a very horrible example. Elena is literally the spitting image of Catherine. So Damon seeing Elena made the emotions and the powerful feelings that he had for Catherine emerge once again. But this time he's just putting a different name to it. It's not Catherine anymore, but Elena. And since Elena is with Stefan and she doesn't give Damon the time of day, he's trying to manipulate her to his liking because he wants her. Or let's just say differently, he wanted Catherine, he didn't get her. And now that person that looks like Catherine came into the picture again and Stefan got her again. Damon is insanely jealous and envious. And he wants Elena to himself because he couldn't have Catherine. And by doing that would also be messing with his brother. So Elena not giving Damon the time of day, he's like considering, you don't give me the time of day, I'm gonna have to force you into it. So he's trying to manipulate her by going into her mind and making her have those vivid dreams, making her confuse her own feelings, even though I did say I have the feeling that she just sees Stefan as an emotional attachment. But they are cute together and we're just gonna see them as a couple right now. She sees Stefan as her lover and she has romantic feelings for him. We're just gonna stop it with this view, okay? And since Damon wants Elena right now and Elena doesn't give him the time of day, he's trying to subtly manipulate her into thinking that she actually just wants Stefan because she can't get her hands on Damon. He's trying to make Elena doubt her own feelings. And now, considering the fact that she doesn't like the fact that Damon is talking down on her friend, even though, like a girl, you should have a talk with your friend because she's insanely envious and jealous of you. And even though you have been friends for a long time, the way she's behaving to you is toxic. But let's ignore that. She doesn't like the fact that he's disrespecting her friend and her feelings, and he's putting a hidden meaning behind literally everything he says, and that makes her be suspicious of Damon, and that makes her back off of Damon a lot, and he doesn't like that. He wants to have her, so he's trying to compel her to his liking. And I don't like that at all. That's literally forcing yourself onto someone. It's like a subtle way of sexual abusement. Like if you would compel her to have sex with him, she would believe that she actually wants it and she would go for it. Like that's actually forcing himself onto Elena. Oh, let's go.
I don't know what game you're trying to play with. Let's get one thing straight. I am not Catherine.
Oh, period. You smack him out of it. Is she immune against compulsion? Oh, hell no. Sir, just leave.
Isn't
go.
that nice? Stefan joins the team.
You disgust me. Are you that obsessed with her?
No.
Actually?
Deep kill me.
Well, I'm tempted.
No, you're not.
You're not. You've had lifetimes to do it.
You are torturing him
here I
because
am.
Catherine
I'm
liked
still
him and
alive
not
and-
you?
Catherine is dead.
Yeah.
And you hate me because
And
you
that hurt
loved
him.
her.
That
And you
realization hurt
tortured
him.
me.
Yeah.
Because
You still do. You still love her.
And that is your humanity.
That's my humanity.
And now he's gonna be unpredictable. No.
No!
That was Damon just...
Anyone, anytime, any place.
14? 14? 22? Well, damn. She's psychic. I feel bad for Bonnie. She has no idea what's going on with her. He was doing this just to prove a point to you, sir. I actually do believe that he can be saved, but that would be on him. And that's the problem.
There's nothing human left in Damon. No good.
Damon. Well, isn't that all sad? Okay, now coming to Damon. I did say I was gonna say something about him later. The problem here with Damon was when you turn your emotions off or you are in such an emotional pain, you refuse to let other people see that you actually have a vulnerability, which can help you pull them out of their darkest moments. Damon attacked the teacher. I mean, do we feel bad that the teacher is dead? No, we do not. We do not, because he was a bully, but yeah, I always believe that there's another way, so I wouldn't have killed him. Let's just say it like this. Now, coming to Damon, the fact that he attacked the teacher was just in a certain sense to get Stefan to back off him. Damon doesn't want Stefan to know that he can be saved. Damon wants Stefan to continue to believe that there is nothing good about him, so that he will not try to get too close to him, because maybe Damon has the feeling that if Stefan continues to try to get close to him, that Damon sooner or later will break, as in he will let Stefan back into his life because he misses him, and Stefan will be capable to be his savior or his demise. Why? Because there is this emotional attachment there. As in real love, the brotherly love, the family love. He knows deep down that Stefan is the only person that can actually reach him. And if Stefan believes that there is nothing worthy of saving anymore, then he will, in a certain sense, not even try to understand Damon's reasonings. And that means that Damon can do whatever he wants without having to fear that Stefan will be capable to cling on to his human emotions and will make him come back to who he truly is, as in his emotions, him being vulnerable again. Right now, he's completely acting with his emotions off, and if he allows Stefan to go back into his life, that means that he's gonna allow Stefan to have power over him again. I would assume, considering the fact that he was willing to do whatever it takes to convince Stefan from the fact that he is a bad guy and that he's not worthy of saving anymore, means that Stefan and Damon actually had that powerful and close relationship, that they actually were that united that they were each other's safe place. Then Catherine happened, and you all know that I hated that a very powerful bromance breaks up because of a girl, but apparently it seems to be the case here. Both of them liked Catherine, and Catherine chose Stefan and not Damon, and Damon is hurt because he actually fell in love with that woman. It was love at first sight for him, maybe. He was truly in love with her. She chose his brother, and so instead of being angry at Catherine for choosing his brother over him, he projected the rage he had for Catherine onto Stefan. The problem here is Damon can be reached, Damon can be saved. Damon attacked the teacher. Why? In Italian we have a saying about that. La lingua batte dove il dente vuole. Nicely translated, it actually just means that you can only feel enraged by someone saying something if they hit the nail in the head, okay? You can only feel offended by something someone is saying if they actually hit the nail in the head. That means that everything that Stefan told him was the truth. He hates Stefan because he was in love with Catherine and she chose Stefan over him. And he projecting the rage he should have for Catherine onto Stefan. And the fact that he can't kill Stefan can have two reasons. Either he loves Stefan way too much to could actually kill him, or he has the feeling that Stefan hasn't paid enough for Catherine's sins, and he's trying to use eternity to make his life miserable because he has the feeling that Stefan hasn't suffered enough for Catherine choosing Stefan over Damon. So he's like, I don't want to kill you because you haven't suffered enough. But in my eyes, I think it's more the first thing. He knows that he should feel resentment for Catherine for choosing Stefan. Yet because of the fact that he was in love with Catherine, he can bring himself to hate Catherine. So he's projecting the rage he should have for Catherine onto Stefan. But because of the fact that it seems that they actually truly had a very close relationship, he can bring himself to hate Stefan. So he's trying to make his life miserable in order to obtain that Stefan hates him. So as in, Stefan hating Damon would be Stefan backing off of Damon, stopping, trying to find a way to bring Damon back to the way he used to be. As in completely emotion sensitive, etc. As in him just having human feelings and actually being capable to show them. So since Damon can bring himself to hate Stefan, he's trying to bring Stefan to hate him, so that Stefan will actually put the brake in their relationship. He won't try to get close to Damon anymore, so Damon will not have to fear that Stefan will be capable to get through to him and allow the pain to make ways up to the surface. Damon has emotions. He still has them. He's just trying to cover them up with behaving like a douche so that no one actually tries to get close to him, so that he doesn't have to allow his feelings to come back to the surface. I have to bring it back to the teacher. The fact that he killed the teacher was just in order to get Stefan to not try to dig deeper into Damon's feelings. That means that there was something to what Stefan was saying. The fact that he is still so hate-filled when it comes to Stefan is because of the love he has or had for Catherine. And he can't let go of that. And these are his emotions. That's his humanity coming through. He's trying to push his human emotions down, and he's trying to act recklessly, as in killing people, slaughtering people, using them to his advantage in order like to cause physical pain to himself in order that he can ignore or overpower his emotional pain. Because he knows that the emotional pain is too powerful for him. So he tries to act recklessly. He tries to add so much physical pain to him. That means actually he's trying to do whatever it takes to become numb, so that he will act however reckless he wants. And his human emotions will never have the chance to come to the surface. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best. And I will see you in another video.